Welcome in this video. In this video we will see about the pie chart, that how we can draw the pie chart in Python using the matplotlib library. Okay, so let's start about this pie chart. Now what is pie chart? Pie chart is also known as the circle chart, and it is a circular statistical graph. It is in the form of circle. Basically the pie chart is divided into the slices where each slice is illustrate the numerical proportion, and the arc length of each slice is proportionate to the quantities it represents. Let's understand these things by considering one example. So let's see, this is the one example. These are the subject which is given, and these are the corresponding number of students who got 90 plus marks. Suppose in physics 10 students got 90 plus marks, in chemistry 15 students got 90% marks. So suppose for this distribution we want to draw the pie chart. Now how we can do this? What pie chart do? Basically pie chart consider all this distribution into the 100% and then divide that 100% into the proportion as per the quantity of each item. Means what is this actually? Suppose this is your distribution. So total is 60. So this 60 is considered as 100%, and then divide that 100% as per this quantity. Means 10 divided by 60 multiplied by 100, then it comes 0.16.67. Means the weightage of this term is 16.67. Like we can find the weightage, suppose 15 having the weightage 25%, this 20 having this percent. So like this we can find out the corresponding percentage of each item in the distribution. Similarly, we can find out the corresponding arc angle, means which angle it will take in the graph. So 10 by 60 multiplied by 360, because 360 is a total angle in a circular fashion. So 10 by 60 multiplied by 360, so it comes 60 degree for this physics, then 90 degree for chemistry, then this 120 degree for this computer science. Now how we can draw this? After finding this, the corresponding percentage of each item and the angle, we can draw it very easily. So this is something called a pie chart. What it will do, as the physics, it start drawing the pie chart from here. Means here it will take a 60 degree angle, and taking the percentage 16.7, it draw this physics. Then taking again the 90 degree angle, then draw this 25% chemistry, and then you can see 33% for this computer science of taking 120 degree angle, then 8.3 for this, then 16.7 for this. So this whole circle is of 360 degree, and then taking this 360 degrees divided into the different for different values as per its corresponding angles. So what is pie chart doing actually? It is actually showing that the maximum computer science students, means maximum 33.3 students, means from this total student 60, 33.3 students got 90% marks. Total these 60 students, 25 students got 90 plus marks in chemistry. So like this we can draw this pie chart. So this is the mathematical calculation. Now in Python we don't need to do this calculation. This calculation is done by the system automatically. Now how we can draw this in Python? So this is a general concept about the pie chart, that what is pie chart and how it can be drawn by using a simple mathematics. Now in Python, by using this matplotlib library, using the submodule of pyplot, there is a function called pie, pie. Using this pie function we can draw it very easily. So this plt is a alias of this, so plt.py we can draw this. So this pie function needs obviously one distribution only, like in line chart, in bar chart we need two coordinate x and y. But in case of box plot, in case of this pie chart, in case of histogram, we need only one distribution. For that one distribution, for this one distribution, it will just draw that particular chart or graph. So let's consider this. So what is x? X is actually a array on which the calculation take place. So let's draw a simple bar chart, sorry, simple pie chart. How we can do this? I am just pasting in the Python interpreter. So first line is import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, importing this matplotlib library. Now suppose this is a distribution 10, 15, 25, 10. This is same as my given example. Then plt.py, then passing this list inside this function. These are X label, title and show function. These work similarly like this line chart and bar chart. So there is no need of Y label. Let's see why this is not needed. Okay, let's execute this. Okay, it is executing. Okay, so this is the output. Actually, in pie chart there is not X and Y XX. So that's why there is not, because this number of students got 90% mark. This is written in X label, so it is displaying here. Suppose I write Y label, then it display here. So there is no need to write anything. Or suppose you want to write, then you can write, but logically it is not required. Suppose I am writing this Y label, then what we should write? Suppose I am writing pie chart. So it will show on the Y axis like this, pie chart. Okay, so you can see the title comes at the top, then this X axis, then this Y axis. The system is doing automatically finding the corresponding angle, finding the corresponding percentage of each value. Means 10, 15, 25, 10, then it first calculate the total, then finding the corresponding proportion of each value. Means for this 60, you can see these two having the same value. Means this, the graph start from here. Means this angle and this angle should be the same. You can see that this angle is 60 degree as per our calculation, 60 degree, and this is also 60 degree. Means same number of students in these two subjects are getting 90 plus marks. Okay, but now something is missing, that this percentage is missing. Okay, means, and the labeling is also missing, because here we are not getting that which slice is for which subject. So how we can do this? Using the simple other argument, we can more decorate this chart. Okay, so let's use the labels. Similarly, like the other chart, we can use the labels, and then the legend we can do this. So let's use these labels, because it having the 5 values. So for each value we are taking this label arguments. For labels equals to physics, chemistry, computer science, this means this first value 10 is corresponding to physics, then this 15 is corresponding to chemistry. So like this we are doing. So let's execute this. So it will do the labeling. Means after this slice you get this physics, after this slice you get chemistry, after this slice you get computer science. So we can understand that which slice is for which subjects. So we can use this label in an interesting way. Now there is one more. Suppose we want to display the corresponding percentage inside each slice. Then there is an argument called AutoPCT. You can use this argument to display the corresponding percentage. Now to provide this argument, the value is something like this. Means AutoPCT equal to, then in a single quote or double quote, %1.1.f %%. So what it means? 1 means all decimal points, and 0.1 means after the decimal point we need one floating value, one floating precision. Okay, so let's execute this. Means 25.0, 16.7 means after point we are getting only one digit, because we write here 0.1. Suppose we write here 1.2, then what will happen? It gives me the 2 digit after the point value. Suppose I am writing here 1.3, then it gives me 3 digit after the point. after each value. So like this we can control the precision value that should be displayed in a particular slice. What is this? This is a slice, and this is the starting position where the graph start to draw. Means this is 0 degree, then this 60 degree, then this 90 degree, then this 120 degree. So like this total 360 degree comes. So this autopacity is also very interesting argument. Like this there is a shadow argument. So this is very simple argument. Shadow, so by default this is false, but suppose this is true, then a slight shadow comes around this pie chart. You can see the difference between these two. This is very rigid time. There is a slight shadow for this bar chart. So it's a simple one. You can use this. Now you can use the different colors. So here we are not mentioning any color in this. So the system default coloring is here. Suppose we want to color as per our choice, then we can use the colors. Suppose you can use the colors equals to, then you can use this shortcut method, or either you can write the complete name of the color, or you can use the hexadecimal values. Suppose like this. So here we have 5 values, so we are assigning the 5 colors. So this R stands for red, corresponds to this 10, means this physics, then green, then yellow, then blue, then cyan color. So there is something missing. This double code is missing here. Let's execute this. So you can see for physics we assigned red, so it's red, then green, then yellow, then blue, then this cyan color. So like this we can use this color argument. And now there is also very interesting argument called explode. So suppose you want that some slice should comes outside the bar chart, something like this figure. So what is this? This is called explode. So we can define the value of explode for each distribution value. So suppose I am just deleting this. So what is happening? You can see explode equals to then 0.0.0 means for this 10 the explode value is 0, for this 15 the explode value is 0. What is the explode value? Explode value means all the slices are adjacent to each other. Okay, there is a this comma is here. Okay, so when explode, this is by default 0 for all values. So all slices are adjacent to each other, very close to each other. Suppose we want this slice, it should come outside this all other slices. So this slice is for this third slice. This is 1, 2, 3. This is the one, because this plotting is start from here. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the third one. So let's take this like 0.1 slight value 0.1 for this third argument. You can see it comes some outside from this using this explode. Suppose for this last value we also want this 0.2, then you can see it is also getting out from this chart. So like this you can make it more interesting using this explode. So this is just a way of this showing this chart. The logically is it is not connected with the chart. Okay, so you can use this explode to make the slice outside the chart. Then this is also very good that start angle. So by default the chart start drawing. Okay, let delete this explode and make it a default chart. Okay, this is a default chart. You can see the start this chart start drawing from here, means this is a starting angle. Suppose you want to draw this chart from here. Okay, then the start, so this line having the angle 0. Suppose you want that from this point this chart is to be drawn, then we have to give the start angle equals to 90 degree. So you can use this start angle equal to 90. then what will happen? The graph will start drawing from here. You can see here. So this is 0 degree. Okay, suppose you are mentioning here 60, then you can see it start from 60 degree angle. You can see this is 0 and this is 60 degree. So it start drawing from here, means this physics, then this chemistry, then this computer science, the corresponding angle as per the distribution. So you can use this start angle, that where the chart start drawing, from which angle it start drawing. Okay, now this is something is interesting. Suppose we want to plot multiple pie chart in a single plot. Suppose we have two distribution. Suppose I have one more distribution mark 2, and then I want to draw the pie chart for this distribution also. So suppose I am copying this, pasting this. So this is for mark, suppose this is marks 1. So I am drawing this pie chart for marks 1 and drawing this pie chart for marks 2. So by calling this 2 times this function, it will draw the 2 pie chart. But now let's see what will happen. Now you can see what is happening, that both the chart are overlapping to each other. Okay, first the pie chart is drawn for this marks 1, and after this pie chart for marks 2 also overlapping that pie chart for marks 1 variable. So how to do this? What I want, that in this single space I want to show the 2 pie chart in a different place. So this is the work of this subplot. We can use the subplot. What the subplot do? Subplot is actually divide this figure. Suppose this is the entire figure. Suppose I want to divide this figure and then want to show a different chart in a different space. Now how can I divide this space, this figure? So this is the entire figure. So by default this is a complete plot, means this is only one figure. Now how I can divide? I can divide like a row wise. Suppose I divide this from this line. So what will happen? It having the 2 rows, one at the upper then lower. So 2 rows and then 1 column. Suppose I divide this and this, then having the 2 rows with 2 columns. Let understand this. You can, I am using this for word, then table. Okay, what is this? Suppose this is our complete, suppose this is our complete plot. Now suppose I want that it showing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chart in 8 different space. So subplot actually divide all the figures. So it having the 4 rows and 2 columns. So this is our choice. We can divide this. So using the subplot function, how this subplot is working, in subplot we can provide the number of rows and then number of columns that we want. Means by which way we want to divide all the plotting area. Suppose we want 4 rows and then 2 columns, then we can do this. Now here what is our requirement? We want to show this, the 2 pie chart, one at the top and second at the below. So we want 2 rows, one, then what we want? We want this, we want like this. We just want like this at the top, and then so what is this? This is 2 rows and only 1 column. Okay, so what can I do? I can do by calling this subplot here, simply adding a new line, plt dot subplot 2 comma 1 comma 1. So what is this? 2 means it divide all the figure in a 2 row and 1 column. Okay, 2 row and then 1 column. And then there is a third argument called index. What is index actually? When we divide this, then there is actually two areas. One is this, one is this. So index of this is 1 and index of this is 2. Suppose we divide like this 4 rows and 2 columns, then this is index 1, then index 2, then 3, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So like this we can plot as per our choice. Okay, let's see by practical. So 2 comma 1 comma 1 means in the it divide the plotting area in 2 rows, then 1 column, and plot this. At first index it will plot this pie chart, and then suppose I want this pie chart at the second index, then you can use this 2. So what will happen, this pie chart is drawn at the top and this pie chart is drawn at below, means this is the first index, this is the second index. Get it? Suppose there is a choice in which we want to display it in something like this. Suppose I want this 2 by 2 area. Let's see this, something like this. Means here we want pie chart, here we want line chart, here we want some other chart, something like this. So you can use the subplot here. How I can do this? Then I have to divide the area in 2 rows and 2 columns. So 2 to 1, at 2 to 1 this will display, then at 2 to 2 this will display. Then suppose I want some more. Okay, so at 3 I want the same, and then at 4 I want this. Let's execute this. Okay, like this. So at 2 to 1 it will display this pie chart, at 2 to 2 then display this. You can use the different chart for different places also. Suppose I have this marks 1 and marks 2. Now this is the first plot area, 2 comma 2 comma 1. This is for second 2. So the first subplot is divide 2 by 2, then use the index only. Okay, now suppose third one I want this plot, then marks 1 comma marks 2. Let's remove this, all these labelings. Okay, then for this last, suppose I am using haste for this marks 2. Okay, so for this first I am drawing pie chart, for second I am drawing pie chart, then for third I am drawing this line chart, then this fourth I am drawing histogram. So this is pie chart, then its second index we have again a pie chart, then we have this line chart at this 2 comma 2 comma 3, then 2 comma 2 comma 4 we have this histogram. So in a single figure you are drawing the multiple chart. So this is the magic of this subplot function. So I am assured that I believe that you all understand this using this subplot also. So this is all about this pie chart. I also gives you the explanation that how you can use the subplot. The subplot will take the index position on the grid, then n rows and n columns. It's at a subplot in a current figure, means divide the current figure. So you can understand this. Okay, so that's all from this class. This is about the pie chart. In the next video I will explain about the scatter chart. So thanks for watching this video and subscribe this channel. Thank you.